All right, Brent Porcio, Adam Garcia, Steve Godani. This is the @Top Velocity #Pitching Tips show, where you send us a question on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram @Top Velocity #Pitching Tips, and we answer it on the show. What's the question for today?
Drew Dowd asked, would you recommend doing your program even during the fall baseball season?
Good question, Drew. Yeah, of course, I would recommend doing it all year because we have programs for all year. So we have off-season, preseason, in-season programs. But for the fall, that typically is an off-season, so this is a great time to do the off-season programs. But I understand that question if you're in college and you've got a college season or college practices. How do you work it in? Well, I always tell guys, if you're throwing more than 2 innings a week, you can stay in your off-season program. Anything over 2 innings a week, it's just hard to recover already from the arm, and then this program would make it even harder, and it would really compromise your playing. So I wouldn't really recommend it, even though I did it. I was throwing like 7 innings a week, and I did it, and it was really hard. I'm not going to recommend that. I'm going to say if you're 2 innings a week or less, you can keep doing the off-season programs. But once you go above that, I would go into the in-season programs. And ideally, we have it set up to where before you go into the in-season programs, at least 4 weeks of preseason and our preseason programs before you go into your in-season. But the same thing is if you're sitting on the bench and you're not playing because you're obviously not, in the coach's eyes, not valuable enough to be in the pitching staff or be in the active pitching staff, then you need to be in the velocity program because that's what's going to get you in his eyes to be more valuable. You start throwing harder. So, take it seriously. If where I am on the team and the amount of innings that am I getting, is this where I want to be? If this is not where you want to be, of course, stay in these off-season programs and do the best you can. I know time is challenging with a fall season going on. We're really working this in. But, if it's getting up before class, if it's, staying late in the gym just to get your work in, it's worth it. If your goal is to make an impact on the team and take this to the next level, I'm going to say always in the off-season training, if you are not getting the playing time that you want, then that's going to be your only chance. If not, what are you waiting for? What are you doing? Because what pitchers do is just sit on the bench most of the time and watch the game. That's not going to do anything for you. So, definitely would recommend you doing it in the fall. You got anything to say?
Yeah, if you're going to be playing baseball and you want to be doing this program and you're going to be pitching, Brent's a superhero. He can do that, like he was saying, like he was doing the program while he was pitching. But if that's you and you're trying to maintain your velocity, you can't be doing this program where you're hitting it hard, trying to really gain velocity and be pitching. It's going to tear you down. Your velo is going to go down because you're training so much. And you're not going to recover, and you're not going to see good velocity, and you're going to be like, what the hell, this doesn't work. So if you're going to be pitching, do the in-season program. That's kind of just maintaining where you're at. But as soon as you're out, or if you're not where you want to be velocity-wise, and you want to be like a 90s guy, and you're throwing in the 70s, or you want to be a 90s guy, and you're in the 80s, and it's going to take you some work, not only should you be doing it in the fall program, but if you're really far behind, this is something that you could take a whole year of time to train to catch up.
Yeah, and the only reason I did it in season is because I didn't like where my ball speed was. So my ball speed going down, I didn't care. I was there really to hopefully in the future enhance it and get it up. And let's do a good question with Adam. So Adam's done a really cool thing. Not probably a lot of high schools will let you do this, but for his fall, why is he here? He's here because he was able to take online courses and come down here and live here and train this fall. So kind of talk about why you wanted to come down during this fall. What value did you see in leaving your high school and training here when you could be out having fun with all your friends and doing it there? What was the value of you coming here and doing this program in the fall?
Well, originally I came to a camp in June. I think it was around June 7th, and I came in here and I did all this stuff, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to stay for over the summer because I had to play in the summer league down in California. And so I knew I wasn't going to be able to stay here for the summer. So then I sat down and I talked with my dad. I go, Dad, if I come down here and I really hit this hard, I really think I could be like a mid-90s guy if I really hit it hard and I actually come down here, because I know doing the program at home, you can obviously do everything, but being here, being with Brent and being with people that are going to push you really helps you a lot, and it's helped me a lot tremendously. So I sat down with my dad and I went, Dad, I want to take online courses. I want to come down here and I want to stay down for 1 semester here and do all my baseball training. And really, like, so far, I mean, of 88 to 93, I mean, it's been helping me tremendously. And being with Brent all the time and working with Brent, working with Steven pushing me, it's been
and Kevin.
Yeah, and Kevin too, helping me tremendously.
Hiding in the back.
Yeah, so it's awesome. And you know what? Kudos to Adam at 17, having the foresight to see in his career that this would probably be a smart move for him in the fall, training at this level down here. Not to say that's the way you have to do it, but he knows it's going to be really effective in him reaching his goals and getting where he wants to be. And I think that's great. And if anyone out there wants to do that, you know, that's what's changing in today, where we can do stuff like this. High schools might allow these online courses, and you can come down here. And Steven lives down here, and Adam lives with Steven, and Steven rents out his room. Kevin rents out his room. So if it's something you're interested in, you want to do the same thing and take advantage of training down here in the fall and in the off season, if your school allows you to do that, then please reach out to Adam. Please reach out to Steven, reach out to Kevin, or reach out to me, and we'll help guide you in that direction. What's your Twitter handle?
Doesn't have one, right?
Oh, he doesn't have one. Come on. Okay, then reach out to Stephen Godani. Kevin, you got one? Oh, he doesn't remember what it is. Okay, Stephen Godani or at Top Velocity. If you have any questions, but ideally, if you have any questions for the show, let's go to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and ask your question at Top Velocity, #pitching tips, and we're going to answer it on the next episode.
Boys.